And welcome to Cuba High School as TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH is in the house for, you got to be kidding me, that couldn't have happened again in 100 tries. Well, a little spill. The wind's blowing.
We're in the bleachers.
We're in the bleachers?
I was going to say, you said we're in the at home here or whatever. We're in the bleachers.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my home anymore.
It is.
Like. I spent a lot of nights in the bleachers.
It is.
I'm Dwayne Hulett. Chris Frankhauser's alongside, and Jenny is nowhere to be found. But she is running the camera, supposedly, if she makes it back. What I was talking about is the wind blew her nachos off.
Oh, no.
And it spilled. I thought it didn't spill any cheese at all, but it did spill just a smidge of cheese. But the cheese blew off and landed right side up. What's the odds of that happening?
You couldn't do that. You couldn't place that if you tried.
We might have to get the beeper out when she gets back, though, to make sure she doesn't cuss on the
7-second delay.
Yeah, 7-second delay. We're about 2 minutes away from game time. It's Illini West 1-3, and the Miners 0-4. Doing battle here this afternoon, a 2 p.m. start. It is LVC's homecoming. They've had the dance team out. They've had the cheerleaders out already. I'm sure they'll do the introduction of
your Miners.
Look at that. That's what you call good
multi-talent
right there. The Miners come out on the field. Coach Rodis and the Miners looking for their first win of the season on homecoming. And Chris, they've struggled in recent years, and if you could get a win on homecoming, to be the perfect time to do it, wouldn't it?
It would, and yeah, I'm not seeing some of the success over here that the old Lewistown program was used to, but I think Coach Rodis and the company's got things heading here in the right direction.
Speaking of Coach Rodis, he's going to talk to his team. Meanwhile, on the far side, the Illini West Chargers, under the direction of Coach Calvin, played the gauntlet at the beginning of the year. We talked about it on several occasions at lunch and stuff. We do our Gel Sauce and Mo's Sports Guy lunch every week, and it has been a gauntlet to start the season. They started 0-3 playing Farmington, Elmwood, Brimfield, Macomb. Macomb is now 5-0.
Yeah,
and Farmington's 5-0, right? They beat Elmwood Brimfield last night.
Yeah, they shut Elmwood Brimfield out if the score was right that I saw. So, yeah, trying to remember the as you said, the gauntlet, murderers row, however you want to put it, but that's a rough 3-game start to any season. And, of course, they picking up their first win last week over South Fulton, 44-20.
LVC wasn't a whole lot easier. They opened the season with Macomb at Valley High School, so they had their share of tough games to start the season as well.
Yeah, they fell last week to Knoxville, 49-18. Illini West won the toss, and they will defer to the second half.
My camera person isn't here, so I'm going to do that. I won't know the players, so you're going to have to do the play-by-play for just a minute here. Is that okay?
Got it.
Set to kick off for the Chargers. Bryson Ferguson back deep to receive for the Miners.
Bryson Ferguson, the man back deep for LVC. 61 on the kick, and it's going to be a line drive off one of the upland for LVC, and they'll start in Charger territory at the 48.
Tripton McClure.
Aiden Reed, the kicker, number 61 for Illini West.
To the Charger 46, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners.
Nice to see the camera person can make it.
And actually, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 46 of Illini West.
We've already talked about that live on air. No worries. You almost didn't spill any cheese at all. Almost didn't. Here we go. First play from scrimmage for the Miners. It's going to be a handoff near side and a little bit of a hole. Run going to be by number 20, I think.
27, Bryson
27.
Ferguson.
I thought it was 21. Bryson Ferguson on the carry.
Going to gain about 6.
I'm not sure I'm going to like these numbers too well. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Just underway here in quarter number 1, live from Cuba High School. Trying to avoid some rain. I don't know if I brought any trash bags with me, so I hope it doesn't rain. Pistol formation, full house backfield, handoff right up the middle. Goes number 42, Dempsey Whitsitt. And he's going to have a first down.
Sean Watkins on the tackle for the
It'll
Chargers.
be a gain of
Enough yardage for a minor first down.
5 and a first down. 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Chargers now for the Miners, as they picked up right where they would like to here if they get a first down on 2 plays. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Faked it, Winsett. It's going to go to Ferguson again, and no gain on that play. Good job by the Chargers to stack it up.
Sean Watkins, 55, man on the stop for Illini West.
Nick Johnson piled in there as well. There's about 7 white jerseys hopped in that pile.
Call it no gain.
2nd and 10.
Also in there was number 6, Brady Blanton. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for the Miners. Full house backfield. This looks like the old BPC offense here. Offset power left, power eye left, and then it's going to be a handoff. I think that's number 30, Ethan Shields. He's going to go for a short gain, not a whole lot there, maybe a couple. Wait and see where they mark it.
Picks up a couple yards, brought down by Johnson for the.
I don't know, you're going to give him 1 or 2. That's 1, isn't it?
I was going to say that looks like they moved the down marker up 1 yard, so we'll call it 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 for LVC.
So a couple of nice plays to start, and suddenly the Chargers defense has stiffened up a little bit. It's going to be the full house backfield behind the pistol. And on the ground, the ball goes. Picked up. Ferguson's going to roll left. Is he going to try and throw it? It wouldn't be a bad idea if he did. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, though. Chasing him and finally getting him out of bounds was number 6, Blanton. And Ferguson gets the loss on the play.
About
it's going to
6.
Actually, he's going to lose 10. So, well, no, they moved it farther forward.
The 34. It's going to be a loss of about 8 back to, we'll call it the 41, 42, we'll call it 42-yard line.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably right, 42-yard line. First, I thought they were taking back all the way back to the 45 for a second. But I was looking at the white cap. So a punting situation for the Miners. Chargers with Channis snap on the ground, and he couldn't get it off, so he's going to run it far side and driven out of bounds. Good coverage is number 88. It is Carter Sowers. I couldn't see what number got him. I think it was
Ethan Carlisle, 16.
16. Looked like a 10.
I was just getting ready to say before the snap, breeze pretty stiff kind of out of the north today, so that
would have been a tough punt anyway.
Yeah, that would have been a very tough punt to get a lot of distance on.
Well, they're going to take advantage of the win. At least they're going to make them think they are. Carlisle is back into shotgun formation. Triple receivers near side. 1 flanker right side. Carlisle in the shotgun. He'll drop back. Wide receiver screen. It's going to be near side. Completed to Niederman. He's going to go for a first down, and taking a run and a launch was number 8, Nick Johnson. Niederman gets the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 41, or 36, excuse me. 1st and 10 from the 36 for the Chargers. Nice gain on the play. Be 1st and 10, first down by the pass. Now it's 3 wide receivers far side. The near side flanker is Max Kinneman. And another flanker screen, this time opposite side to Niederman again. And he's not going to break much this time. A good job of covering it out there this time by the Miners. We're not up very high, so it's hard to look through some jerseys sometime, players, to see what jersey number made the stop.
Brendan Grove, 26, I saw in on that stop for LVC. Good job. I don't know who the number was that got the jersey and really slowed down the progress.
It's the deep safety there, and I still can't see the number. Now set back beside Carlisle. The front numbers are really hard to read. Handoff's going to go to Johnson. He's going to have a nice gain. It'll bring up 3rd down, though. So he gets ran out of bounds. Whitsitt runs him out of bounds inside the 30. See where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it right on the 30. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Chargers.
8:20 to play here in the opening quarter.
Hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Mudd Insurance Group. Hopefully they're watching from home or watching in person. I haven't seen them here, but hopefully they're watching. They've got their office in Bowen. Here's Carlisle on a big 3rd down. If you're a Miners defender here, this is a big chance to get the Chargers off the field. Handoff's going to go to Johnson. He's going to be dropped in the backfield or right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, number 55 is Tripton McClure. and no gain. It's going to be 4th and 4. They'll go for it, though, it would appear. Looks like they're
with
going
the ball on the 30, they would expect that.
And they tighten it up, the formation here. It's going to be one wide out near side is going to be Sparks. It's going to be an offset eye to the right. Maybe that's not an eye for him. It looks like it's a deep setback behind Carlisle. It's going to be Johnson, and he's going to get the first down.
So they put in at fullback number 71, Isaac Jones. One of the.
I think they're going to get the first down.
Nope.
They did not. They were close. Only 3 yards on a carry. Turnover on downs to the Miners. And I thought initially where he went, he got it, but where they ended up marking it, it's about a yard short or a half a yard short at least, and it's 1st and 10 Miners from their own 31-yard line.
As you said,
marked it on the 32.
Sitting kind of low in at about the 45-yard line of the south end of the field here. Looked like it from our vantage point, but yeah, going to come up about a yard short. Needed 4 and got 3.
Here comes the full house backfield once again. High snap, fumbled again, and it's going to be smothered up and under. The snap to Gibney is going to be dropped and then brought up. It was way up over his head. It's going to bring a loss of
about 17 for the Miners.
Loss of from the 27, I guess. So it's going to be down to the 21. Where are they lined up?
Yeah, 21.
They're at the 21, but looks like 27. So a loss of 6.
Yeah,
6
they
or
said 7 on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. A loss of 7, so big 2nd and long for LVC.
And now Whitsitt, the lone setback, 2 wide receivers near and far. Another low snap, and again, Gibney can go nowhere. In the backfield this time is number 5. That is Roan Jackson, and it's going to be 3rd and Lewiston.
Yeah.
As they lose another 6 on that play, it looks like. So we're going to go here 3rd and, what is that? They say 20. It looks longer than 20. 21,
I'd say 21 or 22.
3 wide receivers near side. Whitsitt, the lone setback. 1 wide receiver far. Gibney's going to take the snap. It's going to be Ferguson on the reception.
Pass is complete.
It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. We'll see where they mark it here, if it's at the 20 or 21.
About 6. That'll make it 4th down for the Miners.
Yeah, they'll call it 6. It is a home announcer, so 1st and 18 or 4th and 18.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's a lot longer than 6 yards. It sure looks like over there. 17 or 18 looks like.
Carter Sowers to punt.
He had to try to run it last time. The snap was on the ground. That was a nice snap that time. He's going to get it off.
Nice kick.
It gets held up in the air, and it does drop pretty much straight down. And it's going to take a nice Miners roll inside the 45 down to about the 42. It'll be 1st and 10 Chargers at the 42-yard line of them on their side of the field. 5:17 to go here in quarter number 1.
It'll be 1st and 10.
$5:17 to play here in the opening quarter.
Carlisle back, taking a snap. 2 wide receivers near. Wing back, and then Carlisle's going to keep it himself, push it forward. He'll go to the 45-yard line. First player there, number 61 maybe, Cole Dickerson.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Illini West.
It may have been 67, excuse me. Carter Clemens. Carlisle again. Going to give it to Johnson, excuse me. Nick Johnson's got some running room. He's across the 50, inside the 40, breaks
Still
another tackle, and is going to go inside the 30. Nope, they're going to be just outside the 30 to the 31-yard line. So from the 45.
1st and 10 for Illini West.
About 24 yards.
Miner 31.
1st and 10 from the 31 of the Miners now for the Chargers. They continue to try to spread the Miners out here, Chris.
Yeah, they do.
Not anything downfield on the passing game yet. Everything's been flanker screens, but Carlisle waiting for the clock to run. Maybe he's going to take the snap and go directly upfield. That's a quarterback run from the start, and Carlisle's going to push his way down the field. And somebody over there tried to knock him out of bounds, and he just kind of stepped in and gave him the shoulder. He's down inside to 10 from 31. We'll see where they mark. Close to the 5, it looks like.
The 6. So 25 yards on the gain for Carlisle. Yeah, you said it right. Whoever it was over there for LVC tried to knock him out of bounds. Well, Carlisle said, I don't think so. He ended up being the one to lay the hit on and went downfield another 5 to 10 yards afterwards.
It almost looked like they tried to lay up because he was at the sidelines, didn't want to get a penalty, and it ended up backfiring on him.
Right.
2 wide receivers far side. Here's the handoff to was going to be to Johnson, but Carlisle's going to get smothered under. He'll get a yard maybe, or back to the line of scrimmage at least.
Tackle for the Miners.
Kiefhofer.
Yes, 73.
Number 73, Ethan Kiefhofer on the tackle. And they gave him a yard. It's going to be second and goal from the 5. 30 Bravo. They are a single setback again and spreading them out. Continue to do it. Carlisle from the shotgun. He's going to do the quarterback run, try to cut up the middle. He's going to find some running room. He's going to be close to the goal line. Not going to get there, though. Brought down just shy by Ferguson and friends.
Carlisle, the ball carrier.
Gage Barker,
yeah,
87.
Gage Barker there as well, I believe. I think it was 87 instead of 27.
About the 3.
So gain of 2. Well, I thought he gained more than that. Gain
I
of
did
2.
too.
Third and goal from the 3 now. Carlisle again. Going to take the snap from the shotgun. And another quarterback draw.
No, I don't think he got in.
I don't think he got it that time either. It's going to be 4th and goal. One of the first.
To the goal line.
Number 51. LJ Draper there, I think. So it's 4th. He could gain a 2. Another 2 yards on that. It's 4th and goal at the 1 yard line.
We're going to see what we saw when they had a 4th down before. We see number 71. Isaac Jones, a junior tight end defensive lineman, 6'1", 225, checking into the ball game in the backfield.
He's a big boy. Trying to clear a little more space here for Carlisle on 4th and goal at the 1. They're going to give it to Johnson, and Johnson's going to get in. Touchdown, Nick Johnson. A 1 yard touchdown run with 1:45 to go. It's 6-0 Chargers here in the first quarter. So the first points of the game come from the Chargers, and they're going to try the extra point here. On to kick, I believe going to be, that's number 81. Is that who they added?
61.
61. That is Aiden Reed, a junior. And it's blocked. Whitsitt. And he
almost caught it off the toe.
He hurt his elbow, it would appear. He walks off holding his arm. Hopefully it's just like a funny bone kind of thing or something.
We do have a full concession stand.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with the scoring play and more right after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Welcome back here to Cuba, Illinois. It's the Chargers and the Miners, and the Chargers draw first blood here, Chris, with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just kind of what we saw in that opening drive for Illini West. This time they punched it in. Ferguson back deep for LVC. Let's see what we get on the kickoff. The last one was a line drive right off one of the up men.
Yeah, the cameraman sucked on that one. I was the cameraman. I kind of kept going. I didn't even see the ball. What are we waiting?
Flag on
They
the
got to
Illini
delay a
West.
game. Or are they calling sideline? What are we doing here? Delay a game. They are calling delay a game. You don't see that very often.
Not
on
on a kickoff, no.
I mean, technically, they only have a timeout amount of time, and they were blowing the whistle before they ever came out to the field. So, I mean, it is not that it's seen very often. Trying to get them to run the clock.
Penalty against Illini
Run the play
West.
clock,
Illini
I should
got 5
say.
yards before the kickoff.
Is Chris Stewart down there in the far end?
It might be.
Here we go. Not going to waste any. Oh, there's a nice kick. Ferguson's going to go get it about the 15-yard line. Got it to 16, actually. He's got some running room. Trying to bounce it outside. He's going to backtrack and got some room. He's got a wall down the left side. He's at the 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Oh,
Bryson
man.
Ferguson returns the kickoff out across midfield.
I just wanted to keep going the wrong direction. I've never done that before. But I guess it actually wasn't. He didn't get it at the goal line, so it didn't really matter, did it?
No.
No, he got it to 16. So I kind of blew
great
my
return.
idea. I blew my idea out of the water. It was a good theory, though, right?
Yeah, good theory.
I should wait for the next one. Next time I do that, they got to catch it at the goal line.
Yeah, there you go. But
First
good,
and 10 for the Chargers or the Miners at the 40 of the Chargers.
Yeah, good return there by Ferguson. Sets up the ball just inside the Charger 40 at the 39.
Well, they marked that out quite a bit farther back than I thought he was.
I thought he was further
He was
downfield
at
as
the
well.
30 when they finally blew the whistle, I felt like. Going to send two wide receivers near and far. In motion comes Ferguson. Handoff's going to go to Ferguson. Blowing that up in the backfield was Sparks.
Oh, he got out of it.
He turned it upfield and got
Bryson
back to the line of
Ferguson, the ball
scrimmage.
carrier.
But it was Steven Sparks who, playing defensive end,
It'll be second and 11.
pushed his man upfield and then stayed home and forced Ferguson to cut back in. 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. 6-0 Chargers. You know, I know the Miners are still struggling to win some football games, but it's good to see a good-sized number, a good amount of kids on the sideline. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing there.
Sowers, 88 on the carry.
Sowers, the ball carrier.
And tackle by number 50. That is
Brought
Justin
down in the backfield
Baxter.
By Jones for the Chargers.
Loss of 2 on the play.
3rd and 13.
They're calling it a loss of 3. Probably technically 2. I don't think they're all the way back. Western Illinois plays tonight. Football, the Leathernecks. The volleyball team's probably playing right now, or it may be over, actually. They played at noon today. But the Leatherneck football team, 0-3, but they've lost to Northern Illinois, which beat Notre Dame. They lost to Indiana, which defeated UCLA. And then they lost to ISU, which is ranked in the top 10 in the championship subdivision. There's Sowers again trying to bounce outside. He breaks one tackle, but, man, he's going to have to work hard just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's not going to do it. It's on the stop that time, number 5, Roan Jackson. And at the end of the first quarter of play, it'll be 4th and
the end of the first quarter.
About 15, 4th and 15 from the 45. So it'll be a short walk to get to the other side, to go back the other way, and it'll probably be another punting situation for the Miners. But as I was saying, they play McKendree today at the chance to break a 28-game losing streak, I think it is. 27-game losing
27,
streak.
I believe. Yeah, it's been a long while for Western, and offensively they've been putting up some points in some games, but defensively we get 77 hung. As you said, though, Northern Illinois squad.
They scored 52 against Western, and then Indiana scored 77 to 3.
Yep, that's right. Indiana was the 77.
You know, the thing about the Northern Illinois game, though, is it ended up being pretty lopsided, obviously, but there was 3 chances for Western to score some points to keep that a lot more, and I want to say manageable isn't the right word, but
respectable.
Respectable. Appearance being better anyway, even if Northern did outplay you, but it says something about the quality of teams they've played. I want to give a shout-out to Will Thomas, Joey Yelnick, Caden Strins, all those guys. Peyton Hutchins, they're all helping us this year on TSSR, and they all help with the game tonight. So
nice kick.
there is a nice kick by
That's
Sowers.
Gonna go.
That's going to stop. No, it's not. It's going to bounce. Is it going to stop? Oh, it just barely
the last
rolled.
hop.
If somebody could have got down the field in a hurry, they'd have been able to down that. It
zone.
literally
There's a
bounced
penalty
a
marker
yard
on the
into the
play
end
as
zone,
well.
and there's a penalty marker down.
A couple of them on the far side.
Over there having a conversation with the official. Unsportsmanlike.
Both sides.
Brady Blanton was having a pretty
Sportsmanlike conduct penalties called on both teams.
heated conversation with the official on the
It'll
far
be first
side.
and
Well,
10.
I wouldn't say it was
For
heated
the
with the
Chargers.
official, but it was very animated by him.
Right.
Wanting to get his point across of whatever happened there, I do believe. 11:49 to go in the second quarter. It's the Chargers 6, Miners 0, and Chargers have the ball here. It should be first and 10 at the 20 with offsetting unsportsmanlike penalties. I think maybe they'll mark them down here.
I don't know what's going on because now they're going to move it back. They were standing at the 25.
It'll be first and 10 for the Chargers from their own 20.
That's not the 20. It is.
Yeah,
20,
it is the 20.
Well, we're at a horrible angle here. You add the fact that it's low and that angle looks.
Well, and there's
this is a really crowned field.
it's got a crown to it right in the middle.
It's a really, really good crown on this field. It has to drop a yard.
Yeah. Carlisle on the shotgun again.
Taking a look at his wrist, and now he's going to take it again. He's going to keep it. He's got some running room this time across the 25-30. I'm not sure why he cut that back. He's going to get a first down. Gain of about 11 on the play.
Ethan Shields and L.J. Draper on the tackle for the
Draper
Miners.
and Shields on the tackle. And
Detroit Charger
it's
first
a
down.
first
It'll be
down
first and 10
at the
from
31. 11:40 to go. Try it again here. They've been in the wide out formation, spreading the Miners out in almost every play thus far. They do have a tight end this time. Carlisle in motion goes number 15, Coleman Gilpin. Handoff up the middle to Nick Johnson.
It's going to be close to another first down, about a
Could
yard
be-
or two short.
See where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the 40. It'll be second down and 1 after a gain of 9 for Johnson. Coleman Gilpin was the one in motion there, coming from the near side or on the far side on the end around action from behind the play. Coleman is a racer. His dad, Charlie, fisherman over in Dallas City. Coleman's in my daughter's class. That's how I know Coleman, besides the fact that he races. Carlisle going to roll left, throws across the body. He's got Niederman wide open, and he's got to the 40. And a good job there by Sparks to not get a clipping or blocking the back call. It's going to be from the 40.
Grove with the tackle for the Miners.
It's going to be 20 yards
20
and
for another Charger
20.
first down.
See where they mark it at. 36. It's
It'll
going to be
first and
24
10
yards on the
from Miner
reception
36.
for number 12, Trey Niederman. And it'll be first and 10 for the Chargers. 3 wide receivers near side this time. Carlisle throws a flanker screen again to Niederman. This time, he does kind of spin out of the tackle,
Carlisle's
but
pass complete to
a
Niederman.
good stop by John Barkley.
Carter Sowers on the tackle for the Miners.
Sowers came to finish it
No
up,
gain
but that
on the
was
play. It'll be
all
second down.
Barkley keeping that thing from
Yep.
breaking into something big. No gain, second and 10. Empty backfield now. Carlisle's going to take the snap from the shotgun, and
Gonna
what
get
do we
a-
call somebody moving?
Moved.
Or I don't know, defense or off? Yep,
He pointed at the right side.
Start
I
against
think it was the
Chargers.
guard on the right side, but I didn't see. I saw a little movement, but I didn't think they were actually set yet. It would have been Isaiah Geisler if that's the case, but I didn't think they were actually set yet. Did you?
It was close, but they're going to get the 5-yard mark off and make it a second and long. Second and 15, 9:20 to play here in the first half.
I got something else I want to talk about that I'm looking at here. We'll see if this happens on a regular here. Johnson on the carry, cuts it upfield. Coming
Johnson,
from
the ball
behind,
carrier.
tracking Johnson down is number 55, Tripton McClure. He tracked him down, and when Johnson tried to cut back in, McClure was there and knocked him down. It's a short gain.
Gain of 2.
It's third, and they're calling it 13. Looks pretty close to 14 here as the Chargers are behind the sticks on 3rd and long. Probably 2 down territory if they can get 5 or 6 yards here, though, wouldn't you say?
I would think so.
Johnson again. Nope, it's going to be Carlisle keeping it. He rounds the corner. He gets the sideline and ran out of bounds. He'll go from the 41, from the 39,
Forced out of bounds by John Barkley.
Barkley's going to run him out of bounds.
That was a great play fake because I was following Johnson.
So was I until I saw Carlisle still running. I'm like, well,
1st and 10 from the minor 16.
From the 39 to the 16. That's a 23-yard gain? Or
Yeah, 23, 39 to the 16.
Yeah, that's 23, right? My math tells me that.
7 carries for 63 yards for Carlisle.
And he had more than that. If better average if like 6 of those weren't just quarterback sneaks, essentially.
Right.
Carlisle from the shotgun again. He's going to throw the flanker screen to Niederman. Sidesteps one tackler, and then there to bring him down was Gage Barker.
Gage Barker in on the tackle for the Miners.
Niederman moves the ball forward, though. It's short of the first down, but it's over half of what they needed.
8?
Looks like a gain of 7.
7 or 8. We'll call a gain of 7.
7:32 remaining in the first half. Chargers trying to build on a 6-point lead as they're inside the 10 now at the 8-yard line. There's a double handoff. Inside handoff back near side, and walking it into the end zone practically is going to be number 3, Max Kinneman, from 8 yards out. An 8-yard touchdown run for the Chargers with 7:12 to go in the first quarter, or in the first half. And the Chargers now will try to get the 2-point conversion. A game that we covered last night was West Prairie and West Central, West Prairie Southeastern and West Central. And that game was 40-32 a final, and the difference was the Heat scored on all 5 of their 2-point conversions. West Prairie scored on just 1. Here's the pass. That's actually a pass as he threw it up in the air. Cutting through is Niederman, and he is in.
Niederman carries for the 2-point conversion
He
with 7-12.
barely got there. That was a big hit.
Score, Chargers 14,
it's going to be
0.
a 14-0 lead for the Chargers with 7:12 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Cuba High School in Cuba, Illinois. It's the Chargers and the Miners here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Chris Frankhauser's alongside. Jenny's on the camera today. Her first football game actually on the camera today. 7:12 to go, and it's a touchdown of 8 yards for Max Kinneman to make it 14-0 after the 2-point conversion pass to Niederman, which was actually just a forward shovel, but it's still a pass.
It still counts as a pass.
So another kickoff. This time a kick will be into the wind. We'll see. It'll be held up, and it's going to go out of bounds, hopefully.
And
it does.
20.
If you're the Miners, well, it's a flag down. It'll be.
Kickoff goes out of bounds. That'll give the Miners the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35.
It should go to the 35-yard line, I believe. Although last night it just didn't. They put the ball in several different places on out-of-bounds kicks last night, and I never could figure out for sure what they were doing. But the wind last night at West Prairie
brutal.
at Scioto, the wind was blowing straight out of the north, which is across the field there, and you could not put a kick up in the air. Austin Nelson kicked one in the air last night. It looked like it was going to go straight down the center of the field, and it just started blowing, and it landed about 10 yards out of bounds. It was crazy.
That couple of kicks at BPC last night, took off and were way out of bounds.
Dropping back, looking to pass. Going to be stuffed under. Ball's on the ground. The Chargers say they have it, but they didn't have it. They do have it. It got ripped away under the pile from Gibney.
Number 50, I think Justin Baxter on the football for.
That's actually 56 right
from
there.
the minor 35.
Is that 56 or 55?
Sorry, 30.
Or is it 55? I can't read the number. 55.
55.
Yep, it was 55. So 55 is Sean Watkins came up with the ball, I do believe. Carlisle right back to it here. Wide receiver near side in a flanker position. 3 wide receivers far side. Carlisle alone in an empty backfield. Takes a snap. First pass downfield into the wind. Little feet combination trip, and he gathered his feet back up somehow.
Carlisle's pass intended for Johnson falls
Nick
incomplete.
Johnson was back there, and he got his feet tangled with the defender.
Coverage for the Miners. It'll be
Neither one of them fell down, but they both stumbled.
Yeah, Carter Sowers, I believe, on the covers, number 88 for the Miners. First incompletion for Carlisle had been 5 of 5 plus the 2-point conversion on the last touchdown.
Well, I mean, it's not hardly fair when you're throwing flanker screens all the time, right?
Yeah, but still a good percentage. Good stat line.
Yep. Carlisle sends Gilpin in motion again. He's going to keep it right up the middle. Another designed run for the quarterback, and Ferguson gets the stop. It's going to be a short game. Man, that was a late whistle.
Carlisle on the keeper.
5 yards.
About 5. It'll be
third down and 5. 6:42 remaining here in the first half. Once again, share the link if you would. Let your friends know where you're watching the game at this afternoon. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you on board so you can see when all our games are being broadcast. Carlisle's going to look downfield again. He's got an open receiver. Touchdown for
Carlisle's
the Chargers.
Pass complete to Nick Johnson for the Chargers.
25-yard touchdown pass from Carlisle to Johnson. And the Chargers open up a 20-0 lead with 6:12 to go here in quarter number 2. Two-point conversion attempt coming again. Jackson will be in the backfield with Carlisle this time. Time Kinnaman in motion, same play, different receiver, same result.
The ball carrier, 2-point conversion.
Kinnaman gets the 2-point conversion. It's 22-20, and I haven't kept the scoreboard up. See, I'm not doing everything, so it's getting me all discombobulated, Chris. It's 22-0.
$6:12 to play here in the opening half.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
Welcome back to Cube, Illinois. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And again, the Chargers taking a ton of time in between touchdown and kickoff.
I was just going to say that on the last kickoff, they did it. Seems to be a routine pattern for the Chargers.
They got a delay a game penalty on a kickoff last time. And they've blown the whistle trying to say, hey, we need to hurry up here a little bit. And I can see the official over there counting his hand again. It's the same one that called it last time. He's counting.
Kickoff. Bryson Ferguson back deep to receive for the Miners.
And they're going to let it go. But it was getting close again. Kickoff going to be taken at about the 20, coming near side. Nice little sidestep there. I believe number 14, Gage Cruzan.
Returns the kickoff for the Miners out across the 35. It'll be first 14. And 10
that is number
Miners.
14. It's on my roster, that's Alex Adams. I looked across wrong. Alex Adams. 11 is Gage Cruzan.
Yes.
Coming into the game, Number 30 is Ethan Shields. Jackson Gibney, the senior quarterback, back on the field after fumbling the ball. And
I didn't get the words out on that last LVC drive, but when he ran it, he just had the one hand on the football, and bring it back in with two hands, and force the turnover.
Hand off to Whitsitt up the middle. Not a whole lot going there.
Dempsey Whitsitt, the ball carrier for the Miners.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up, well,
Johnson, among others.
Give him a gain of 1.
Give him a 1. 2nd and 9 for the Miners. 5:45 to go in the first half. Chargers lead 22-0. Gosh, I'm stinking the scoreboard all the way around. Gibney going to take the snap, pitches it out to Ferguson. And again, it was Sparks turning him back inside, coming to clean up the mess.
Sean Watkins in on the tackle for the Chargers.
Was number 55. That is Sean Watkins,
a couple yards, it'll be 3rd down.
Called a gain of 2 for Ferguson. Another 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for LVC, their own 38.
They find themselves behind the sticks
They
a lot,
have.
haven't they?
Down to under 5 minutes to play here in the opening half.
Gibney in the pistol again. Going to run the option this time. Pitches it late to Ferguson. Ferguson's going to make one man miss, and he'll be out across the 40.
Ferguson, the ball carrier, forced out of bounds short of the 1st down.
See where they mark it. Looks like it'll be about
Bring
the
up
43 yard.
For the Miners.
43-yard line. 4th and 3, and they're going to stay out and try to pick this one up as Coach Rodis waves Gibney back out on the field.
Yeah, they need to get something going here, down by 22, and they're going to take a timeout. LVC will, their first.
Timeout, LVC.
We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, live from Cuba, Illinois. LVC's homecoming. We'll be back right after this.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
Welcome back to Cuba High School, right along, what is this, 94, 96?
95.
95, that's what it is. I was 94 and 96 are over,
Right.
over in Illini West country.
Yes.
Here's Whitsitt. He's
Nope.
not going to get there. Host of white jerseys on the stop.
Maybe
Kinnaman.
a yard.
Ethan
And
Shields, the ball carrier.
The first one was
They'll be
number
short of the
11.
1st down. That'll be a turnover
Carter
on downs.
Sanderson.
It'll be 1st and 10. for the
Turnover on
Chargers.
downs, 1st and 10 from the 47 for the Chargers. Maybe the 48. See where they mark it at here. 1st and 10
Be
from the
1st and
48.
10 from the Miners 43.
Oh, it is 43. Ignore what I say, folks. '86 Bravo. Wideouts, 2 near side, 1 far side. Coleman Gilpin's the wideout to the near side, but he can't leave this time. He's been in motion every time. Instead, on motion is number 44, Van Fleet. Handoff goes up the middle, though. Not a lot of success.
Quarterback
keeps
Carlisle
about
again.
20
Carlisle.
yards before he's brought down by Tripton McClure.
I just glanced at the
second
back
down.
and somebody was turned sideways. I
Right.
didn't look at the number, and I thought it was Carlisle, but he kept it that time and a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Or are you giving him 4?
I'm giving him 4. Scoreboard says 3, but I'm giving him 4.
You're generous. That's
Thank
why
you.
people like you better
Yeah.
than me. Carlisle at the 45 of the Miners is going to take the snap. Handoff is to
Johnson.
And he's going to be brought down.
Johnson,
Sowers
the ball carrier,
with a
tripped up by
touchdown
Carter.
saving
Sowers
tackle, but
picks up enough yardage for another Charger first down.
Gain about
down to the
20.
35.
It'll be first and 10 from the minor 24.
24. Looks like
16.
Give or take a yard. 3:48 to go. I think I'm just going to stop talking and let you do it. I can't see anything. Everything I see is backwards today. There's a song about that.
There is.
Carlisle going to take the snap. Lofts one out to Niederman in the flat. It's incomplete. Whitsitt put the pressure on.
Incomplete. It'll be second and 10.
And Carlisle had to throw over the top of it.
That'll stop the clock at 3:29 to go here in the first half.
3:29 left, as Chris just said. 22-0. Chargers trying to add a touchdown here if they can, but they got a second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Johnson to the left of Carlisle in the backfield. Timeout going to be called by the Chargers. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back
Timeout
here
for
on
West.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH after this.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back to Cuba High School. It's the Chargers 22 and the Miners 0 here as we approach halftime from Fulton County. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Chris Frankhauser's alongside. Jenny's on the camera. Couple wide receivers far side. Handoff's going to go to nope, fake. Carlisle kept it. He's going to go for a decent gain.
Carlisle on the keeper. Tripped up by
third
Bryson
down.
Ferguson for the Miners.
He's going to be close to the first
Gain
down.
9.
Gain of 8. Third down
It'll
and
be
2.
3rd and 1 for the Chargers.
That's a really long one.
Yeah.
That's a one.
Clock down to 3:05 and counted here first half.
.253 left. They're using as much time as they can here. Carlisle's going to hand off to Johnson this time. He's going to have the first down. There on the
Johnson,
stop,
the ball carrier.
number 52
Enough yardage for a
was
first
Harris
down.
Wilkinson. But it will be a first down and 10 from the 13-yard line, they're saying?
Yep.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the minor 12.
Hand off to Kitteman underneath, and he'll go in for the score. 13-yard touchdown. Was that a handoff actually, or was it a pass?
It looked like a
for the Charger touchdown.
Another
I'm
pass.
I'm going to say a handoff because it looked like maybe it was a double handoff.
So it's 28-0, and a 2-point conversion coming here for the Chargers. .218 left. Kinnaman from 8 yards out. Or 13.
13.
Johnson's last one was from 8, wasn't it?
No, Kinnaman's.
Kinnaman's was from 8.
Yeah, Johnson's has a 1-yard touchdown run.
Oh, that's what it was. I had it backwards. Pass in the flat, completed to Kinnaman.
Conversion from Carlisle to Kinnaman is complete.
It's good, and it's 30-0.
Remaining. Chargers 30, and your Miners have yet to score. At this time, would the homecoming royalty please make your way?
We will show the
behind the north end zone.
homecoming royalty tonight, or today, I guess. It's not tonight, is it?
No.
That always screws me up.
What's that?
The having games in the afternoon.
Yes.
Because I always say, and it doesn't matter what sport it is, I
Yep.
always say tonight
Yep.
or this evening or something along those lines. 2:18 left in the first half. 30-0 is the score. And again, the Miners on the field ready to go, and the Chargers taking that long huddle over on the far side. They're a little quicker this time, though. .218 remaining. It is 2:47 in the afternoon. Kickoff for the Western game, 6 p.m. tonight at Hanson Field. Some of us at TSSR will be there. Are you going to go, Chris?
No, I'm not going this evening.
And the ball blows off the tee.
Reed will kick off for the Chargers again.
First
Bryson Ferguson
time
back
that's
deep again
happened,
for the
I
Miners.
think, during the game, which is kind of surprising as far as the
Very
wind's blowing.
surprising. Of course, had problems with that last night. I'm sure you guys did as well.
Yeah, only once or twice, so amazingly. Low line drive kick is going to go out of bounds again.
Kickoff goes out of
So
bounds.
LVC will start first and 10 from the 35.
This crew is light on the whistle.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even see the flag thrown that time.
I don't think they threw the flag or blew the whistle, either one, to be blatantly honest with you. 2:18 to go, 30-0 the score here in the first half. Miners have done some good things, Chris. They just can't put the good things together in a series of plays to get the ball matriculated down the field.
Yeah, just a couple of 6-yard rushes and a pass, and that's really been about it.
Giboney is going to throw. Oh, nice job avoiding a big hit.
Giboney's pass complete to Grove. Pick up a 5 on the play.
It was
It'll be
number
second and
26 on the catch. That is Brennan Grove.
Going to get about 5.
Second down and 5 on the completion from Giboney to Grove. Just under 2 minutes to go now in the first half.
Down under 1:50 to play.
Giboney.
And he's going to be buried under
And
inside the 35.
back there was number 6.
Wine West going to take a timeout here. They're
Brady
second.
Blanton. Giboney
Fumble on the play is recovered by
it's
the Miners.
fumbled but recovered by the Miners, and a timeout,
Taken by Illini West.
as Chris said, by Illini West. That'll be their second timeout. They'll have one timeout remaining. And you might be saying, why would they take a timeout? They want another chance to score here, don't they, Chris?
They do.
So Illini West has taken 2 timeouts. The Miners have taken 1. .133 to go. I doubt that you see the Miners try to throw here, but I could be wrong because you don't want to stop the clock with the success that they have not had throwing the ball. I don't think you want to take the risk of stopping the clock.
No, and Illini West still with 1 timeout remaining, 93 seconds on the clock.
Hope Jeff Borders is listening. He used to hate it when I did that. Yeah, I used to say seconds instead of minutes. You know, minute 33 or whatever.
Right.
I'd say 93 seconds.
And they are going to come out to throw.
And they're going to complete it to Ferguson. He's going to break it. He might go if he can out. Well, there's a flag down.
Well, I think they're going to get maybe a face mask.
And nice all the way out to the 31 of the Chargers.
Complete to Bryson Ferguson.
Hold on the flag.
32.
Takes it down to about the 30. There is a flag on the play.
Might be a hold behind or a face mask. What are they calling here?
They're going to get the face
Yep.
mask.
Personal foul. That'll add 15 yards on if that's the case. So 18 and 20, that's 38
Penalty is a
yards.
personal foul, face mask against the Chargers.
And add 15 onto that. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 of the Chargers. First and 10 Miners at the 15-yard line, and color me wrong.
From the Charger 15.
Color me wrong.
Big here for LVC to get a little momentum going to the second half if they can put some points on the board out of this drive.
1:23 remaining. Gibney is going to roll. Oh, it turned right into it. Big hit.
Gibney taken down in the backfield.
That's number 6 again. That's Brady Blanton.
By Blanton and Watkins.
1:10 remaining.
It's going to move it
Loss
all
on
the
the play,
way back to the 23.
23, it looks
And
like.
17.
Yeah, 22. I don't know if it's 22 or 23.
Timeout taken
By the Miners.
LVC. I believe
With
their second.
1:01 to go. It is their
Timeout,
second
LVC.
timeout. As you can imagine, the Miners deep in plus territory had got it inside the red zone. With 1:01 to go, they want to take every opportunity to get this ball in the end zone and make this thing,
made it there yet, please make
you
your
know,
way to the north
close
end zone.
to go the second half. .61 seconds left. Timeout on the field, charge to the Miners. They'll have 1 timeout remaining. Both teams actually have 1 timeout remaining. Score is correct on the scoreboard, 30-0. The first quarter I felt like went pretty quick. Second quarter has not went so quick.
No, it is drug on a little bit.
When they score that last touchdown, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that?
2:18.
2:18. So 1 minute and 17 seconds has taken 6 minutes. Now we have had a couple timeouts in there, I guess. Because I said it was 47. I think it was 47. Maybe it was 41. Oh, that might be offsides. They're going to keep playing. Plays alive. Ferguson with it. He breaks a tackle, cuts up field. And the biggest problem with this play right here is the ball's out. It's not going to matter.
I don't see a flag anywhere.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there on the far side.
Yep. Whitsitt tracks down
Bryson Ferguson, the ball carrier. Fumble on the play. Recovered
number
by
50.
The Chargers.
That
There
is
a
Luke
penalty
Miller.
marker on the play.
But no, that's not. That's the wrong team. Number 50 is Justin Baxter, but the penalty is going to come back. It's offsides on the Chargers with 44.9 seconds remaining. What are we?
I don't know what the discussion. The flag still bound.
The near sideline judge is not walked down the field. He's relatively certain what's going to happen here. I don't know why this should take that much discussion.
Clearly that was the penalty.
I mean, it's
why they
pretty-
hadn't started moving back towards the south end of the field.
Well, the officials talking to the Illini West coach, and they're not happy about the call. But I mean, I saw it happen. I don't know how he didn't realize he was offsides. He jumped early, encroachment, offsides, whatever you want to call it. Going to bring up second down and about 12 for
Penalties
the
offsides
Miners.
against the Chargers.
That's a big play. With 44.9 seconds, it gives the Miners
That'll
5
be a
yards back.
5-yard penalty.
And
Miners
it'll
will
give them
retain
2 more,
possession.
an extra, they've got
Every
enough time
second
with
down.
44.9 seconds to run several plays with
Yes.
a timeout. So it gives them time to get back into this thing here. They're back inside the 20 again at about the 18-yard line, make it 17-yard line. Handoff. short gain, maybe a couple.
Is that Weston McLaren, 28?
I do believe it was.
Weston McLaren, the ball carrier for the Miners.
28. Timeout, final timeout of the half, charge to the Miners.
Picks up a couple, it'll be third down. Timeout LVC.
So LVC's out of timeouts with 35.4 seconds left. I would imagine you're going to call at least a couple plays here, but this isn't the NFL. Getting a play off in 12 or 13 seconds probably isn't going to happen.
No,
so
not likely.
Best case scenario without incomplete passes, this is probably, what, 2 plays? If you run the ball, it's probably 2 plays best case scenario, isn't it?
At 35.4 with no timeouts, I don't know that you even want to risk trying to run the football at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Best case scenario, it's 2 plays.
Right.
If the pile's big or Illini West stays down for a couple seconds longer, it becomes 1 play, right?
Yes.
But ideally, you're calling a couple plays in the huddle here. And I mean, the same thing can happen on a pass play, obviously. If they catch it, don't get a touchdown, or tackled in bounds, the same kind of thing happens.
Yep.
So they got the full house backfield behind Gibney in the shotgun and the pistol. He's going to throw the flat. He's got an open receiver. It's overthrown.
Gibney's pass intended for Grove falls incomplete.
Brendan Grove, 26, the intended
It'll be fourth
receiver.
down.
Yeah, it looked like he was open, but then when the ball went through his hands, you could see there was a white jersey behind Grove. So I'm not sure that he'd have got in either way, but now it's fourth down with 31.6 seconds left. So then the question becomes, if you don't convert either first down or touchdown, the clock stops either way because the Chargers get the ball. So then what do the Chargers do? The Chargers try for that. I mean, they have a timeout left, so there's still going to be 25, 26 seconds after this play probably. Oh, they got Ferguson's open. First down.
And out of bounds.
Nope, touchdown
For
for number 27, Bryson Ferguson, with 25.3 seconds left. The Miners get their first score of the contest on a connection from Gibney to Ferguson. And it's a first touchdown of the day for the Miners here on homecoming at Cuba High School for LVC, Lincoln Valley Cuba Co-op. And you wonder where the Miners come from. There used to be a lot of coal mining in this area.
Yes,
Strip
there
mining.
is.
I don't know if there still is much of it anymore, but there used to be a lot of it.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of those strip mine ponds and things throughout the county.
Yes, there is. You drive anywhere in this county pretty much, especially between Cuba and Canton. Here's the pitch. And shedding the tackle, and
he's in.
He's in.
28.
On the carry, number 28, Weston McLaren gets the 2-point conversion. And the Miners
With 25 seconds remaining in the
cut
first
the lead
half.
to 30 to 8 for the Chargers.
30, Miners 8.
So it's down to 22, and the Miners trying to make a little something happen here as we will take our last break of the first half, and we'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Sorry about the black screen. I was trying to take care of something in the live chat.
Ferguson to kick it away.
Had one person doing some stupidity in the live chat the last couple games, so I wanted to take care of that. And with 19.5 seconds left, it'll be first and 10 for the Chargers.
42, where it'll be first and 10.
I believe that was Carlisle on the return.
Carlisle was at number 44.
I thought I saw 6, but I could have been mistaken.
These numbers are not the easiest of all to read, that's for sure. So what will the Chargers do now with 19.5 seconds remaining, up by 22 here at the end of the first half? Little prevent defense coming from the Miners. Carlisle's going to drop back, going to throw the flanker screen to Sparks. Wide receiver screen, actually. They're across the
Pass complete to Sparks.
50. And the final timeout of the half. This one belonging to the Chargers is going to be called.
I believe that's going to be, nope, short of the first down. Gain of
It's going to have to be a gain of 9 since he didn't get 10, I guess. It's
Amir Patterson.
9.9 seconds remaining. 30 days to score. First half action as the Chargers, everybody used all their timeouts. They can't take them with you.
Can't, might as well use them.
Get them back at halftime, so you might as well use them, right?
They don't roll over, so.
Thank God.
Right.
30-8 here from Cuba High School. Haven't been here. Oh, man, I bet the last time I was here might have been in the BPCA
Fans,
days.
as soon as we get to halftime, we'll announce our winning 50-50.
The last game I was
So
here
get out your
was
50-50 tickets and have them ready.
BWP and North Fulton. Would have been back in 2016.
Yeah, I was more like 2006 probably. I was up in the booth. It's not it's a nice, super nice
Yes.
booth and concession stand.
That
Just
was
not
back
real
in the
big.
old radio days, back in 17.
Yep. So here we go. Carlisle going to take the snap, throws into the flat, the
And a
hook and ladder to Niederman, and it's not going to. It's going to
They
get the
got
first down, but that'll be it. And the clock will stop for just a moment to set the chains.
I kind of had a suspicion. I was almost ready to say that.
Niederman is down,
Enough yardage
getting
for a
up
first
very
down.
slowly. And I'm guessing that'll be the last play. Clock will wind, and that's where we'll end up. At the half, 30-8
That
is the
will take
score.
us to halftime.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the announcement of the homecoming court for LVC. Right after this, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Go ahead and announce
Here
their
we
names and
go with
recognize
the
them anyway, of course.
with the
Your freshman attendants from Valley, Hannah Uraz and Oscar McLaren.
I don't know where they're at.
Right down here on
Oh, they're
the
down,
sideline.
they're down
Carson
the
Brown
sideline.
and Oliver Dalpiaz. Cuba freshman attendants, Anaya Johnson and Keaton Ford. Sophomore attendants from Spoon River Valley, Alita Clemens and Johnny Wittenberg. Lewistown sophomore attendants, Grace Tarvin and Liam Larson. Cuba sophomore attendants, Grace Yaste and Drake Hansen. Your junior attendants from Valley, Taylor Morey and Carter Clemens.
Hey, that's my boy!
From Lewistown, Paisley Johnson and Blake Mason. Cuba Junior attendants, Rhiannon Freehill and Caden Layferry. In your senior homecoming court, second attendance from Valley, Laney Whitsett and Ethan Tribbett. Lewistown second attendance, Kaylee Schubert and Parker Roddice. And Cuba's second attendance, Adeline Howater and Cameron Jones. Senior first attendance from Spoon River Valley, Ashlyn Ball and Tyler Munson. Lewistown first attendance, Alyssa Courtney and LJ Draper. And Cuba's first attendance, Carly Brown and Luke Miller. And your kings and queens from Spoon River Valley, Brooklyn Reinhart and Caleb Hartstrom. Lewistown queen and king, Allie West and Bryson Ferguson. And Cuba's queen and king, Samantha Thumb and Jackson Gibney. Congratulations again to all of our homecoming royalty.
Should we stay for the band?
If you would like.
We're going to have plenty of time, it looks like, to play the MDH halftime in between. So let's go ahead and zoom all the way out, if you would, Jenny, and we'll get the Cuba High School band.
Please give a warm welcome to the Lewistown Marching Band. This afternoon, the band will be performing
The Lewiston Indians Marching Band, excuse me.
We know the way. You're welcome and how far I'll go.
Looks like one of the Lewiston
Drum major, Malcolm
volleyball
Chavez,
players
your
got
band
here
ready.
just in time
Yes,
to take
they
part in the
did.
band. And we'll step aside and let you hear that.
You may take the field for your performance.
That'll do it for the halftime show. We will be back after this word from MDH.
And welcome back. I'm here with Emily Alden now. And Emily, patient advocate, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a title that encompasses a whole lot. Let's first put it in simple words if you can, and then we'll kind of go in depth with it a little bit.
Yes, as the patient advocate, there is a lot to do in the role, but it's a fantastic opportunity. So generally speaking, I will help patients. I will talk about the service that they have here and just in general measure the patient experience for the entire organization.
Well, speaking of knowing the entire organization, kind of the theme has been everybody knows everybody at MDH because you're a smaller rural hospital, even though MDH offers a lot. You literally have to probably know everybody or most everybody because you need to know what each thing's going to happen if that patient's dealing with it.
Yes, that's very true. When I first stepped into the role about a year ago, It was really an interesting and fantastic opportunity to get to know all of the departments, how they work together and individually, and just to see the well-oiled machine.
Well, patient care, obviously, at a hospital is key. You're a key part of that. What is it about patient care at MDH that makes MDH special?
Service excellence internally to provide the best patient care is top of mind here for all of our staff across every single level, every single department, and the organization as a whole. It's a big focus. So we make sure that we take care of our patients and that they have the best experience possible. We're very open to feedback. We always want to improve in areas that we can improve. So we always have open ears. We always appreciate the feedback that we receive.
You are working with all departments. And when a patient comes in, let's say they come into the ER and then they come to ICU and then they go to the floor, your job kind of is to let the patients know what you can do, right? Or what you offer, or what they can do. Am I missing that? Is that correct?
Yes, actually, our case management department is instrumental with that side of things. Every once in a while, I'll step in and just check in on patients, see how their experience overall is going, to collect that feedback and see if we can implement any changes to make it even better.
So you deal with patients in so many different departments, and really they can go all the way from getting here in the ER to physical therapy on the way out, right?
Yes, absolutely. So MDH has a lot to offer our patients. So while you're here, if you're just running in for some outpatient tests, whether it's lab work or visiting our radiology department, convenience clinic, visiting your primary care provider over at MDH Family Clinic, emergency room, labor and delivery, there are so many different departments that work so well together, and our team is a family. The organization in itself is a family. And so everybody does a great job at trying to understand what departments do that aren't their own, so that way we can make it a seamless experience for our patients.
Well, and then as a patient advocate, right, you just kind of all that together and look at it, right, and then see as patient A comes through, what can we do to make patient B, who might follow them, a little bit better next time?
Absolutely.
So as you do that, what kind of things do you look for? I mean, what I would imagine with MDH, as it continues to improve, you start looking for smaller things, right? So the obvious things are maybe gone. So then you start looking at little things to make the sometimes the worst experience of their life, right, a little bit better as they work through.
Yes, most definitely. So you never know what kind of day somebody's having when they walk through our doors, and you don't know what they're necessarily here for. So it's important to keep an open mind and take a look at what can we ask them that's specific to their experience. Why are they here? Comfort them and make sure that we ask the right questions so that we can purposefully pull out information that we can work on.
Yeah, and I think we've talked a lot about different things from different people. You're, besides Bill, the CEO, you're the one person that kind of helps with, like, it gets your hands in a little bit of everything as far as the patient is concerned. Everybody's talked about it being a family, and you've even mentioned it being a family. Does the fact that everybody knows everybody as far as employees, from the CEO down to the CNAs, does that kind of make your job a little bit easier?
Absolutely. When you're a family, you care about each other, and we are all here for one purpose, and that is to provide the best experience for our patients that we possibly can. So when you are a tight-knit family, it's just great to be, we're a community, a family, a community, and we are here to serve our patients. And when everybody has that one purpose, it's a great feeling.
Well, Emily, I appreciate you stopping and talking to us, and keep fighting for the patients.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after this.
Back here at Cuba, Illinois. 30-8, LVC trailing Illini West here at the break. Still probably a few minutes away from 2 minutes on the clock. While we get the usual 3 minutes also added back onto the clock, as we can run down the scoring summary here in the opening half of this homecoming contest for LVC. It was 6-0 in favor of Illini West after one. Was Nick Johnson for Illini West on a 1-yard touchdown run. The PAT was no good. 6-0 Illini West at the end of the first quarter. And IEW putting a couple scores up in the second quarter. As Max Kinneman on an 8-yard touchdown run, the pass good with 7:12 to play in the first half. Made it 14-0 in favor of Illini West. They would score again a minute later on a Ethan Carlisle 25-yard pass to number 8. Again, Nick Johnson. The run was good, 22-0. That score coming at 6:12 to play in the first half. Max Kinneman would add another touchdown at 2:18 to play in the first half for IW on a 13-yard touchdown run. Pass was good and made it 30-0 at that point. And LVC getting on the scoreboard late in the first half, 25.3 seconds to go. It was number 3, Jackson Gibbity, on a 15-yard pass to number 27, Bryson Ferguson. The run was good and made it a 30-8 score here at the break. Illini West up by the score of 30-8. As the clock winding down, I'm assuming we'll get probably a little extra time back on the clock, as Illini West still doing some stretching to the south of the football field, south end of the football field here in Cuba. And they are going to put the 3 minutes back on the clock. So here's what we'll do. We'll step aside, and we'll be back here in the second half in just a moment.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you. And we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
Back here in Cuba, as we're just about set for the second half action here between the Illini West Chargers and the LVC Miners. Illini West will receive the football to start the second half. So we can pass along some scores from college football here while we've got a chance. An upset, a big one in the top 10 as Kentucky knocks off number 6 Ole Miss today on the road 20-17. Michigan, number 12, hangs on to win by 3 over Minnesota, 27-24. Kansas State all over Oklahoma State. Number 23, K-State over number 20, Oklahoma State, 42-20. Number 22, BYU over Baylor, 34-28. As I see the Miners back on the field here at Cuba.
Sorry about that.
Hey, not a problem. No, I'm long-winded and can talk just about anything for a while.
Me too, but I've talked about a lot of football this weekend.
Gage Barker set to kick off for the Miners to start the second half.
All right, here we go.
Johnson and Carlisle back deep to receive for the Chargers.
Gage Barker with the kick, and it's going to be fielded going down to D number 4, Evan Sanderson on the reception.
Sanderson for the Chargers. It'll be 1st and 10.
So, just underway in the third quarter.
From their own 38.
Like a long first half. We talked about that a little bit there. First quarter went pretty quick, but not the second quarter.
West going to hand off to Nick Johnson, and he's through almost the entire defense of LVC into Miner territory at the 43-yard line.
For a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers from the Miner 42.
Gain of 19 on first down for the IDEB Chargers. Johnson, the lone setback. Carlisle in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Johnson again. Again, he's got good yardage. He's across the Miner 40,
Johnson,
about the 36, we'll call it.
LJ Draper with the tackle for the Miners. Pickup of 8, make it 2nd and 2.
Give Johnson 8 on the play, so 2nd and 2 for Illini West from the Miner 34. Just underway, a minute into the second half.
Sorry, doing a little coaching.
That's fine.
And it's going to be Johnson on the near side, running right side and out of bounds. It'll be enough for a first down and then a bunch.
The ball carrier again. Takes it down near
from the
10 before
34.
he's forced out of bounds by Sowers.
Well, I didn't think he went that far. That's
Sowers on the stop.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Miner 11.
So from the 32 down to the 11.
21-yard run.
That's going to put Johnson over 100 yards on the afternoon. Carlisle empty set. 3 receivers to the near side. Going to be a wide receiver screen to Niederman. Penalty flag on the play. Niederman's going to be down close to the first down marker. And it's going to come back holding on Illini West.
Yeah, you can see that. That was right at the point of attack right there where the holding came. It'll be 2nd down and 20, or 1st down and 20. $9:53 to go, and
We hand off, and no, it won't. We're going to have a penalty again on Illini West for a false start.
False start against the Chargers.
So mark them up 5 more, make it 1st and 25 from the 26. 9:34 to play here in the first half.
1st and 25.
Going to come again, 2 receivers near side. One far side, the lone setback, Johnson. Carlisle again in the shotgun formation. And it's going to go to Johnson up the middle. Nice job from the backside, number 55, Tripton McClure on the stop. Going to be a gain of a yard for Johnson. 2nd and 24 from the 25. Clock at 9 minutes to go, third quarter. 30-8 lead for Illini West. And same set again, 2 to the near receiver's near side, 1 to the far side. Johnson in the shotgun with Carlisle. And fake the handoff to Johnson. Carlisle's going to roll out, looks downfield, has a couple receivers down there, number 4 and number 15. And Evan Sanderson, I believe, the intended receiver on the play, and that's going to be out of his reach, out of bounds, and it'll stop the clock at 8:38 to play. A 3rd and long for the Chargers, 3rd and 24 from the Miner 25. Send 3 receivers now on 3rd down to the near side, 1 far side, empty backfield. Carlisle shotgun set again. Looking at the wristband. And snap. He's looking downfield. He's got a man open and broken up. Nice play by number 88, Carter Sowers. And it's going to be a 4th and long. 4th and 24 for Illini West. That's going to stop the clock at 8:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Good set here for LVC if they can hold and force a turnover on downs on Illini West. 2 receivers near side, single receiver far side. Johnson again in the shotgun set. Going to be a double handoff. Johnson's going to hand it off to number 3, Kinnaman. And he's going to have gain inside the 20, close to the 15. We're going to come up well short of the 1st down. Turnover on downs to LVC.
First down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. First down, Miners.
So LVC is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 12. 8:25 to play here at 3rd quarter.
That was a big defensive stop for the Miners coming out to start the 2nd half. If they can make something happen here, it suddenly could become a 2-score game. And once you get it to a 2-score game with
who knows?
Still in the 3rd quarter, anything
you never
can happen,
know.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Good job as well after the big play there in the on the ground by Johnson to force a stop.
Get it down near the 10. That holding was the key. Getting behind the sticks is huge. Oh, the crossing pattern is incomplete, intended for number 10, John Barkley. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
Stops the clock at 8:21 to play here in the 3rd.
Gibney gets the call from the play from Coach Rodis. Play call. I was getting both those words out there. Know what I mean, not what I say.
Yes, exactly.
It's probably why I don't have a wife. Is nobody can figure out what I'm trying to say when I say something.
LVC coming out in a 4-receiver set, and that's going nowhere.
Gibney's.
As I think about 3/4 of the Illini West defense there on the stop.
Sparks, Kinnaman.
Brady Blanton, number 6, I believe, the first one there for Illini West.
Justin Baxter was there as well. You were right. There was about 6 or 7 of them there.
That's going to move it back to the 12-yard. No, back to the 7, make it 3rd and about 15.
Extra long halftime, too, so this game getting extended a little bit here. Gibney.
Hand off to.
Nope, that's not.
Yep,
Shields.
It's Shields.
Shields, number 30.
Takes it out to about the 10, where it'll be 4th and 10 or 4th down for the Miners.
4th and 12 for the Miners, and they'll have to punt.
Good thing is they will have the wind at their back here in the, well, kind of, because now it's switched more out of the north to the west.
East almost, right? Blowing east to west, isn't it?
West
from
to
our
east.
back. That's the west.
I was feeling it in my face, but it's kind of
Probably 'cause
swirling
it's
around.
bouncing off me.
Good kick. Gonna be fielded at the
Johnson
45. Fake the handoff.
The reverse.
He's got a lot of room. There's no black jerseys on the far side. Penalty flag at the end of the play, and Johnson's going to take it inside the 10.
That's going to be either a holding because he was holding him on the ground or an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I'm not sure which it might be here. It was kind of behind the play a little bit. It was where one of the Chargers had knocked down an LVC player and then they stayed engaged, and I'm not sure what the call might be here.
Well, he signaled Illini West with no signal what the penalty was for.
Penalty would be a blindside block against
blindside block.
Illini West.
I saw where the flag went. I didn't really notice it being a blindside block, but I didn't, we're watching so much stuff, it's hard to see some of that,
Yes. So that's going to move it back.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
1st and 10 from the 27.
Still Carlisle at quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Johnson. He'll keep it. Rolls around right side. Spins through one tackle, keeps his feet moving, and Winsett is finally going to bring him down, but he's going to have a first down, I do believe. If the far line judge is right, it's a gain of about 13.
First down for the Chargers. It'll be 1st and 10 from the minor 16.
16, so.
Gain of 11.
I want to give Jenny some props. I was up trying to give her some more ideas on when to zoom and how to zoom and seeing the football. I can't see the football either, but she's picked it up pretty quick.
Yes, she has.
For being old.
I'm going to scoot a little further away from you right now.
And out of bounds.
Carlisle's pass.
Niederman gets the completion from the 16. He's inside the
funny yardage for another
5,
Charger
I
first
think.
down. It'll be 1st and goal.
It is 1st and goal. We'll see where they mark it at. From the 3.
The 1st and goal from the 3 for the Chargers.
The wind is kind of really picking up, I
yes,
feel
it
like
has.
right now. Maybe it's just because, like you said, it did change directions a little bit. It's more noticeable for us. But 5:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Chargers not afraid to take some time here. They still got plenty on the play clock, apparently. The back judge's arm isn't even up yet. Handoff's going to go to Johnson. Nick Johnson's looking for the end zone. He'll find it unscathed. A 3-yard touchdown run for Nick Johnson. 5:26 to go in quarter number 3, and the Chargers are back on the scoreboard with a 3-yard touchdown run by Johnson.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, 3rd touchdown overall.
Now they're going to go for the PAT here. On to kick the PAT, number 61. That is Aiden Reed, and it's good.
Aiden Reed's extra point attempt is good with 5:26 remaining.
Got to make sure I put the 1 instead of the 2 on there, Chris.
Chargers 37.
So with 5:26 to go in quarter number 3, it is 37-8. Chargers will take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And welcome back to Cuba, Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Chris Frankhauser's alongside. Jenny is on the camera, as we've talked about on several occasions so far. The Chargers have opened up a 37-8 lead. And getting ready to kick off again here. They actually came out and did their horseshoe huddle around the football that time. That's the first time they've done that in a couple, 3 kickoffs.
Yes.
Kickoff's going to be short, coming up to get it.
Number 14.
Is number 14, Alex Adams. He's going to be out across the 30. Coleman Gilpin gets the stop, number 15.
It'll be 1st and 10.
And it'll be Miners football with 5:21 left in the third quarter.
From the 31 for the Miners.
Gibney back at quarterback for the Miners. He's going to throw a screen left side to Shields, or right side for them, I should say. And Shields is going to go for a short gain, maybe a yard or 2.
Short gain on the play. It'll be
Give him 1.
Yeah, I didn't even really get one, it doesn't look like. Looked like it was better than that, but I guess they did throw a screen behind the line of scrimmage, right?
Yes.
Under 5 minutes to go now in quarter 3. Full house backfield. Handoff's going to go to Ferguson. Little jump skip. Ball's out. Well, that rolled a long way.
Yes, it did.
And coming up with it.
I got an LVC player down.
Tyson Ferguson, your ball carrier, fumble on the play, recovered by the Chargers.
It's number 55 coming up with it for the Chargers, Sean Watkins. And there is an LVC
Ferguson?
player down. No, I don't believe it's Ferguson.
Nope, Ferguson, I see him back.
10 from for the Chargers,
I think it was whatever LVC player who tried to dive for the football. And I tell you what, they want you to get on the football, but the one thing they don't want you to do is dive with your arms out. They want you to jump on the football, because what happens, you get your arms out.
Yep.
Can very easily hurt a shoulder.
Yes.
And kind of the way he's laying there, it kind of looks like that might be the case. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a few minutes.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And L.J. Draper able to get up and walk off under his umpire. Not a shoulder, looks like it's an elbow. But it will be Chargers football, 1st and 10. And looks like Chargers are ready to go again. Gilpin on the near side. Also out there, Evan Sanderson, I believe, number 4. Johnson is beside Carlisle in the shotgun. And that's going to go to Johnson, left side. Breaks a tackle and steps out of bounds.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
It was
Carries around the left side,
Wesson McLaren, I believe, that had a hand on him over there. But
about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Chargers.
Couldn't make the tackle. He stepped out of bounds, or he might have had a lot more, Chris.
Gain of about 8.
2nd down and 2. 4:31 to go. Clock stopped after going out of bounds. We'll hope just a funny bone or something, nothing too serious for Draper. High snap, Carlisle hands off to Johnson again. Nick Johnson's going to cut up field. He'll have the first down.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Alex Adams on the tackle for the Miners.
Clock will stop as they move the sticks.
Enough yardage for a first down for the Chargers. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Miner 18.
Couple tight ends. One back in the backfield's Johnson with Carlisle. Niederman to the near side. He's been the guy that they've thrown all the screens to.
Yeah, 7 receptions for him on the afternoon.
Looking at him again. This time it's a slant. He makes, he drops it. I think
Carlisle's
incomplete.
pass.
They're going to call it
Ball's
incomplete.
It'll be 2nd
They're
and
lucky
10.
that it was incomplete. That could have very easily been a fumble. He
Yes.
had it for a second and then kind of just lost it. Double handoff. It's going to be Kinnaman again. Oh, and he's going to bounce it outside. He might go. Nope, he's going to have to come back in. Can he get into the end zone? He will not.
Max Kinnaman, the ball carrier for the Chargers.
He'll have a first down, though. It will be 1st and goal.
Down near the end zone.
Looks like it's inside the 5.
It'll be 1st
2.
and goal for the Chargers.
1st and goal at the 2, and he did a bunch of zigging and zagging.
Like the ball will be
Left
on
of the
3
left
yard
hash mark, right of the left hash mark, left of that left hash mark. And
It was a 16-yard gain, but he ran a lot long further than that.
This will be Carlisle and Johnson. Looks like Johnson's going to be lined up behind Carlisle this time. This has got quarterback sneak or dive written all over it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And here comes Carlisle rollout. Proved me wrong again. And a completion to number 11, Carter Sanderson.
pass to Carter Sanderson for the
A
Chargers.
2-yard touchdown pass to Carter Sanderson. And the Chargers back on the scoreboard again. They'll try the point after attempt again. Aiden Reed kicked the good on the last one. This one is up and good as well.
The extra point is good.
That makes the score 44-8, 2:56 to go in the third quarter. Miners they just can't seem to get
momentum, anything moving forward.
You know, they hit hard, they play hard, they just can't get anything to go their way, and which in turn then makes everything look like it's going against them. But,
right.
You know, I feel like they're doing some good things. They just can't string anything together.
You might get one good play and then one negative play.
Yeah, it's penalties, ill-advised penalties at the wrong times, and the same for the Chargers. It could have been worse right now, especially on that first drive of the second half when they had it first and goal to 10. It ended up, I think, being a touchdown and got called back on a holding. So it's, you know, it becomes 1st and 20 and ends up a turnover on downs. So both teams struggling in several different areas to take care of the football. We're at 2:56 here and the third quarter. There's a kick, bounced, picked up at about the 10-yard line.
Ferguson.
Oh, he sidesteps one and gets hit really hard.
Ferguson returns the kick
32 on the stop.
It was number 32, Wyatt Pence, the sophomore.
Yep.
Wyatt Pence with the tackle for the Chargers.
A little bit of sunshine.
Yeah, it's almost hot all of a sudden.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners from the 26.
Glad I'm wearing shorts.
Same here.
Jenny's beside us in a vest and jeans. And she is standing up in the wind more than we are, though. So 1st and 10 Miners at their own 26-yard line. After the big stop by Wyatt Pence on the kickoff return. Ferguson had to carry, or on the return. See who that is. It might be Whitsitt.
Ferguson, the ball carrier
Nope.
for the Miners.
Ferguson on the carry. Bryson Ferguson has had his number called a lot today.
I think it's 2nd and 9.
It's not a lot of success.
.220 to go, 3rd quarter, as we approach the final 12 minutes. Miners have got to score or keep the Chargers from scoring the rest of the way to keep this from being a running clock.
Going to be a keeper with Gibney.
Is going to get,
Gibney on the keeper.
I think, a first
Takes it
down.
out across the 35 before he's brought down.
Yeah, it was at the 26, I
Kyle
guess,
Stauber
so
in
maybe
the
he's a
tackle for the
short
Chargers.
about a yard. So gain of 8 for Gibney.
3rd and 1 for the Miners.
3rd and 1 for LVC. 1:42 clock running here in quarter number 3. Gibney, handoff. Whitsitt, and he will have the first down.
Whitsitt, the ball carrier.
A 4-yard
Picks
gain
up
for
about 4
Whitsitt,
yards right up the
and it's going to
middle.
be 1st and 10 for the
first
Miners.
down.
1:27 to go. Clock stopped for the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners from their own 39.
$1:15 left in the 3rd quarter.
Out with a 3-receiver set.
Whitsitt will take it, and a big tackle right at the ankles, grabbed a foot
Whitsitt, your ball carrier.
and couldn't go anywhere. And a tackle was by number 11, Carter Sanderson. He just got an ankle and wouldn't let go and brought Whitsitt down after a gain of 1. Actually hit him in the backfield. Whitsitt just fell forward for the gain.
So number 5, Rowan Jackson, in on the stop for Illini West. So we're down under 40 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter.
33 seconds left. Shields on the carry. Runs over a couple
Shields,
players.
the ball carrier. Pick up of a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd down for the Miners.
I think number 50 in on the stop that time, Justin Baxter. It's a gain of 2, 3rd and 7.
That's probably going to be our last play as we're down under 10 seconds to play.
Gibney and Coach Rodis having a conversation. And it's going to be, as Chris said, the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break as well. It's 44-8. Chargers with the lead over the Miners. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Cuba High School. 12 minutes on the clock. That means 4th quarter action coming your way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 12 minutes. And it's time to go get something done for the Miners, or time to try to ice this one away without any further issues for the Chargers. One or the other. We'll see what happens. It's a long road to hoe if you're the Miners, though.
But 3rd and 7 for LVC. They'll have the football at their own 42-yard line.
That sun is bright.
And one little hole in the clouds to shine through.
Gibney is going to keep it and be brought down in the backfield.
Jackson Gibney taken down in the backfield.
Carter Sanderson.
On the tackle
Sanderson
for the Chargers.
and 55. It was 55.
It'll be
Sean
brought down for
Watkins
the
on the
Miners.
stop.
So 4th and 10, a loss of 3 on the play.
$11:23.
Miners going to go for it here.
Yeah, you're at a point, right,
Yep.
where a punt doesn't do you any good. Another score doesn't really hurt you either, in all honesty. Gibney's got an open receiver. Ferguson's there and
I got
can't hold on
crossed up.
to it.
Gibney's pass intended for Ferguson falls incomplete.
It did hit him in the hands,
Right.
but in Ferguson's defense, he was trying to look over his right shoulder. He spun all the way around and had to reach above his head, and it went through his hands. Turnover on downs to the Chargers at the 38 of the Miners. Yeah, it was over his head. He had to turn around, and that's part of the deal. But at the same time, you get both hands on it, you probably ought to catch
Yeah,
it.
you definitely think you should have brought that one in.
Quarterback wants to throw a better ball probably, but coaching staff probably tell you need to catch the ball if you can get both hands on it. Here comes Johnson. He's going to go for a gain of 5.
Ball carrier for the Chargers.
It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Dempsey Whitsitt on the tackle for the Miners. Pick up about 5. It'll be 2nd down.
10:50 left. We'll tell you if they're able to score, it will be a running clock the rest of the way.
Yes, it will.
Chargers letting a lot of time run off the clock here. Kinnaman gives the complete fake there. Did you notice that?
Yes.
A 6-yard gain.
For a first down for the Chargers.
And it's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 27. And what I say is he came on the end around and the pitch. He actually reached his hands up like he was catching a
Yes.
pitch.
He's out there at the fish market in Seattle trying to catch fish.
Carlisle going to take another snap. Johnson lined up behind him. This was a handoff this time. There's Johnson. I was going to say this was where they faked the handoff and then rolled out for the 2-point conversion earlier, or for the touchdown, I think maybe earlier. What was it? What was that play they did that
Tripped
on?
up by McLaren.
I think it
They
ended
did
up
it.
didn't score. I think it resulted in a touchdown.
A
2nd down.
gain of 7, 2nd and 3. 9:25 remaining. Carlisle alone in the backfield this time. Wide receiver screen. Guess who? Niederman. He'll have the first down and run out of bounds. Got to stay in bounds,
Carlisle's
kid.
pass complete to Niederman.
9:05 to
Forced out of
go.
bounds by Wesson McLaren for the
Probably
Miners.
about a 5-yard gain.
Picks up enough yardage for another first down. It'll be 1st and 10. From the 14.
Johnson, Carlisle in the backfield. Niederman and Sparks near side. Far side, number 44 is Jackson Van Fleet. Handoff goes to Johnson. He sheds a tackler in the backfield. Gets most of his yardage back to the original
Johnson,
line of
ball carrier for the
scrimmage.
Chargers.
Maybe a loss of a yard, it looks like, if you look at the down marker.
Could have been a lot worse than that, though.
Yeah.
That one. It'll be 2nd and 11.
That's been kind of a thing for LVC. They've had some contact and made some initial good contact, but not able to wrap up on a couple of occasions.
8:10 to go. Hand off to Johnson again. He's got some running room. Bounces outside, going to be brought down. Nice tackle by Sowers, tracking him down from behind. And it'll be 7:45 to go. Gain of 6. 3rd and 5.
Down under 8 to play, 7:35 to go.
It's so quiet, you can hear every call the coaches make on the far side. Carlisle going to take the snap.
Direct snap to
double handoff again, and it's
Carlisle.
Kinnaman, and he's going to go in for the 9-yard touchdown run.
Now we will have running clock.
7:11 remaining. It's 50-8 after the touchdown by the Chargers. We'll be running clock the rest of the way.
See the PAT again from Reed.
See, I've been places where they run the clock during PATs also. That doesn't, not good. Short. So,
point attempt is no good.
The Chargers take
7-11
a 50-8 lead over the Miners of LVC. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
And welcome back to Cuba High School one more time. Clock will stay running now after the kickoff. So ideally, as soon as the ball's touched by the kicker, it should start, which is abnormal from the way it obviously starts on the most part. But,
right.
But it should start as soon as he touches it. We'll see if it actually does that or not. Reed on to kick off again. Kick, and they did not start it. Now they will. It's again Ferguson. Keeps his feet pumping.
Got it out across the 25 to the 27.
Right, Ferguson returns the kickoff for the Miners. Out to about the 27. We're going to be 1st and 10.
.6:45 left. Gibney still in at quarterback for the Miners. Second back on the end around is Ferguson. He's not going to gain much if he even gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Evan Worley in on the tackle for the Chargers.
Evan Worley and others in on the stop.
I say no gain. They don't even move the down marker across the way.
Second down.
Down to 6 minutes. New players in for the Chargers. One cornerback near side, number 20, is Ashton Graves. Sanderson, the linebacker. Number 32 is Wyatt Pence, a linebacker. Coleman, then the flag's going to come down. Coleman Gilpin is a deep free safety. Also in is Evan Sanderson on the far side. Another linebacker, number 50, Justin Baxter. One lineman, number 62, is Jaden Combites. Also out there, number 60.
Back it up 5 yards.
Do we have 60 on our list?
Yeah.
Is that the new player? No, there's no 60, but that is number 60, right?
Yep. To be named later.
To be named later.
First penalty on LVC in the contest with a false start.
Evan Worley, number 30, is out there. Number 62 is Jaden Cummings. I said Jaden's name.
Low snap.
And again, trouble not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, second effort.
He might have.
Might have got back to the line of scrimmage,
No
but
gain on the play for Jackson Gibney. It'll be third down.
Unfortunately for Gibney, he's had a few of those problems today. It's third down and 15, short 15, but 15 nonetheless, and 4:30 remaining in the football game. And that sun went down and suddenly feels cool after being heated up by the sun.
A little thicker cloud cover than we've seen most of the day.
The blankets come out here in front of us. Or the Shaws. Throws. 4 minutes remaining. Handoff.
Ferguson, he's got some room.
He might go. Coleman Gilpin's going to be the last one with a chance to get him. Get after him, Coleman. And he will bring him down.
Bryson Ferguson carries down inside the 15-yard line. First down, Miners.
Coleman Gilpin tracks him down, but not until he's well down within the 20 of the Chargers. Showing it at the 23, so Bryson Ferguson a big run there. Or did he leave from the 23?
Left from the 20, no.
Down to the 14, so he left from the 23 and he's down to the 14. That's 27 and 36, which is what?
63.
63 yards.
Biggest offensive play of the afternoon for LVC.
For either team, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Chance to get on the scoreboard again here with 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Big run by Bryson Ferguson. He's wore number 27. He's had his number called a lot today. 2:45 left. Gibney had nobody to hand it to. He sheds a couple blocker or tacklers, and he's going to be brought down by Wyatt Pence by the shoestrings. But little to no gain. In fact, they
on the tackle for the Chargers.
Might move it back a little.
Short loss on the play.
Short loss. We'll call it a loss of 1.
2nd and 11. As we approach the 2-minute mark. .205 left. Miners trying to get in the end zone for the second time today here on what was likely to be their final drive. Gibney hands off to Shields. Shields has got some running room, and he just lowers his shoulder, or his helmet really, and runs right over Evan Worley.
30 versus 30 on that one.
It was. One pair of 30 or two pairs of 3s and 0s?
Either way. It's correct.
Well, it was the black-shirted 30 that won that battle. That's for darn sure. 90 seconds left. So it's third down and about 3 from the 7. 2 plays to try to get a first down or a touchdown. Handoff's going to go to Ferguson. He might get a touchdown right here. He will. A 7-yard touchdown run for Bryson Ferguson. And the Miners get another touchdown.
Score coming with 1:08 to play. Ferguson's second touchdown of the day.
So, full house backfield behind Gibney. And it's going to go to Ferguson again, and he'll just prance on in.
2-point conversion run by Bryson Ferguson is good.
So they get the 6 and the 2.
Remaining. Chargers 50, Miners 16.
The Chargers lead now 50-16 with 1:08 left. We'll keep it here, Chris, and I don't think that Coach Rodis will take any timeouts. So couple knees, and this one will essentially be over.
Should be.
1:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Not a whole lot to talk about. It just hasn't. Sometimes when you see a 50-16 game, there's some long runs. There was a long run there, but in this kind of a score, you don't normally see short touchdown runs.
No.
And you've seen several.
Yep.
Like 4 of the touchdowns for them have been 10 yards or less, I think, or 15 yards and less.
Yeah, 1 yard run, 13-yard run, 3-yard run, 9-yard run.
Yeah, so there you go.
And a couple
3
of
less
passing
than 10.
touchdowns of 25 and 15.
So all but one touchdown's 15 yards or less.
Yeah.
Even the ones through the air.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy. And a score like this, and the Miners have had a couple turnovers, but the Chargers had a turnover as well, I believe, didn't they?
Set to kick off.
Bunch of new faces out there.
Back deep to receive.
Kick is up and going to be returned.
Out to across the 40.
Walker returns the kickoff.
Kickoff return by number 13, Keegan Walker. Who Keegan Walker belongs to? Some Walkers from Lomax.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
That's part of that family or not. And looks like one knee is all they'll have to take here. Wyatt Pence looks like he's a quarterback. He's counting everything. Are they going to make him run a play or no?
At this point, I'm not so sure.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, you could take the penalty and the clock would run out. The clock would run out in a penalty.
And they're going to line up and take one maybe. I'm not sure they're going to get it off in time.
And the clock doesn't stop for the penalty, so it's just over. And that's the end of the ball game. The Chargers are going to get the win, 50-16. We'll take a break. Let Chris add some stats up, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Welcome back to Cuba High School. As it's over, 50-16 the final. As we will maybe hear from Coach Calvin. I don't know if Coach Rodis is going to come up and talk to us or not. We've talked to Coach Rodis quite a bit over the years with our days in radio. As Chris is tallying up some final stats. There's a little conversation from both teams being had. Chris is doing a conversation as well. We're going to take about a 4-minute break with an MDH. What normally is a halftime ad, we'll break it apart if we can get one of the coaches quicker. But we'll be back with some stats and an interview after this.
And welcome back. All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state of the art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites. So it's very nice.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center, because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously you're local, you're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway, so you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here. Absolutely.
Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care center is over an hour away. That is vital to have a facility, especially in maternal care, that mothers can go to and need. So it's very important that we're here.
Well, we've talked about in our interviews in years past and now and this year about how important the staff is. You know, it doesn't matter how good the facility is if you don't have a good staff. And it seems like everybody you talk to at MDH cares about their job and what they do.
I think that's what's so unique about a rural facility is we all know each other. At larger facilities, sometimes you're just a number. We're here, you're an individual. We see you as a true person. Our staff is truly a family. That's something that we pride ourselves on because we are such a small knit group. It's wonderful to be a part of.
You know, some people, as they chase a career, and I'm not saying you're chasing a career, but as you chase a career and you move up the ladder, you know, you want to move up to bigger and better things, quote unquote. It seems like there's a lot of local folks that climb the ladder at MDH and that's where they want to be. And you seem to be one of those people too. What is it about MDH that makes you want to climb the ladder here, but you want to stay here?
Once again, it's that small town feel, that sense of community within our hospital. We have a great administrative team that's really supported a lot of the younger leaders to continue to grow and to grow up that ladder and to give us the skills that we need to do so. So I really owe it to them to assist me to do that.
If you talk about the labor and delivery wing, pick out a couple of things. You mentioned the whirlpools. Let's leave that out. Mention a couple things from the department that you think helps MDH stand out.
So because we are a rural facility, we are able to provide one-on-one care to our moms when they're in labor. We've recently been recognized for our Promoting Vaginal Birth initiative from the state of Illinois. And we've implemented what is called a power tower that has all sorts of tools that moms can use.
Both are equally as important, and are you able to handle both equally as well?
Absolutely. So we're unique, once again, in the sense that we have to be versatile in all areas of obstetrics. If you go to a larger facility, usually you pick one area that you're an expert in, where we have to be an expert in all areas. And I think that really makes us stand out. That's not something that we take lightly. We jump in and we try to be the best in every single area that we can be.
Well, Melissa, I thank you for as beautiful as it is, because I know that the mothers appreciate it. So
absolutely. Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
And welcome back. Saved a reconnection issue with OBS for last. As we come back here, we'll go through some stats. Doesn't look like either coach is going to come talk to us, so we'll go through some stats and be done.
All right. For LVC, they leading the way, Bryson Ferguson, 11 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown. Whitsitt with 6 carries for 18. Shields, 4 carries for 7. Gibney with the quarterback sacks and things. I had 9 carries for a negative 22. Sowers, 2 carries for -4. And McLaren, 1 carry for 2. Gibney passing 5 of 7 for 57 yards and a touchdown. Ferguson, 3 catches for 51. Grove, 1 catch for 5. And Shields, 1 catch for 1 yard. For Illini West, Nick Johnson, 18 carries, 139 yards, unofficially 2 touchdowns. Ethan Carlisle, 12 carries, 97 yards. Max Kinnaman, 5 carries for 48 and a couple of touchdowns. Carlisle passing 11 of 15, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sanderson, 1 catch for 2 yards and a touchdown. Johnson, 1 catch for 25 and a touchdown. Niederman, 8 catches for 78, and Sparks, 1 catch for 9. As Coach Rodis is going to come up and join us. You can go ahead and I'll hand him off the headset here.
Okay. Right there, young man. No kidding. Coach Rodis getting out of the headset. This is, I think, maybe the second time I've talked to you when you weren't wearing blue.
Right? Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It is a little different. I know you guys have been struggling and the score wasn't what you wanted today, but your kids play hard. They hit hard.
Well, I hope that comes across. We really emphasize, how physical we want to be. When you're out there and you get the score like it was, you kind of question that. So I'm glad you're saying that because that helps me a little bit.
Yeah, they do hit. They hit a ton. There was a lot of big hits. I felt like, and you guys gave up some points today. But Chris and I were talking. You don't see a score like this where both teams score 16 and 50. That all the touchdowns were relatively short. Like all their touchdowns were, they had 125. Everything else was 15 or shorter.
Yeah, we give them some pretty good field position here and there. So,
but they didn't break long plays even when they did have bad field position. They never broke a long play on you until very towards the end.
Right. Yeah, and by that time we were wiped and kind of have given up at that point. But yeah, it's tough to swallow a homecoming like that for these guys. I feel bad for our guys, but we were just out there like, now this game's over. You can't, go and do something ridiculous here. We got to be smart and make sure we're finishing out the season the way we want to finish out the season.
Yeah, homecomings can sneak up and grab you, right?
Yeah, it's a tricky thing.
Now you've been part of co-ops, I think, BPCA.
Sure.
But this is a 3-school co-op.
It's a little different.
And they've got 3 kings and queens. They've got 3 first attendants, 3 second attendants. I mean, and I called out yesterday or the other day before to talk to Coach Schaefer about coming out here. And the secretary's like, well, they're not here. They're in Lewiston for a parade or whatever it was.
That's why we play on Saturday. We did that year one, and we had 2 parades, pep assembly, and then we tried to play a football game, and it was 90 degrees, and our guys had nothing left to give on that first try. So I asked, if we could play on Saturday, that would help us out, because the focus is just hard to get back after you go through a pep assembly, 2 parades, and then you got a little downtime, and then you got to try to get them back. That's rough. So, I don't know if it's much better coming back on Saturday, but we think it is on a mental aspect of it.
It'd almost be easier if you could do the pep assembly right before you come on the field.
Right, yeah.
I mean in all honesty, after doing all that stuff, you could just stay hyped, right?
It's a lot, yeah. Because those guys are pretty excited after that pep assembly. It'd be nice to take that energy out. But, yeah, it's hard to do.
Well, Coach, you have some kids that play really hard. Bryson Ferguson's a good running back.
Yeah, no, we're very proud of him, and he's working hard. All those running backs, we've got 4 that we can rotate a guy in and out there, and nobody will know that we got a different guy in, unless they look at his number. But those guys all work well together. It's just consistency is our problem. We get a good play, and then we don't get a block the next one, or we miss a block from a lineman or a running back, and then it's just like, what do you do at that point?
Yeah, consistency is the biggest thing in football, I think, in that respect, right? Some coaches will run 5 plays, and you'll stop it 4 times, but they'll break it for 60 yards because you can't consistently stop it, right?
Yeah.
And so if you can do that, but the offense has to get their players to be consistent at the same time, right?
Yeah, right, for sure.
And that's a hard thing to do when you're talking about kids from 14 to 18.
Right, yeah. For sure.
It looks like your numbers are better, though.
We are sitting about 2 more than we had last year, but we've got a couple injured ones, so it kind of equals out. The problem that we're going to have next year, I think, is we've got 13 seniors playing right now. We have 4 of those seniors have never played football before, but they're on the field.
Right.
We're losing those 13 guys, and I think we're going to be gaining 7. So. I'm hoping that, we get some more guys that are excited about football that will come out and play that haven't. If they didn't play this year and they want to do it next year, I hope they come out because those guys playing for their first year are having a good time, I think. Except, don't ask them that right now. But for the most part, you see them at practice, they're having a good time and they're on the field. And hopefully some of these young guys coming up will step up and play.
That's one of the things, right? I mean, it's high school football. You're dealt the kids are dealt with the teammates that are dealt to them. I mean, they don't get to pick them. You don't get to pick the players. You got to figure out a way, even if you're losing, to have some fun, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. And we talk about that. There's time and a place for it, and you know, if we're trying to focus and get some plays done and be ready for a Friday game, you know, we got to pull it all in. But there's times to have a good time, and, you know, we just got to make sure we keep doing that.
Outside of prom, is homecoming night the scariest night for a coach?
Yes, for sure. For a football coach. You know, prom, I don't worry about that a whole lot because it's out of season and, you know, I'll have to deal with whatever happens. But, yeah, homecoming's scary. And here, you know, we all split things. So now our homecoming dance is at Valley because they get to have something. They should. So all these guys are going to be driving up to Valley tonight for this dance. And
so the Lewiston kids go all the way to Valley for homecoming.
For the dance, yeah. And then they'll return tonight. You know, I think it's over at 9:30 or whatever. So we emphasize that out there. Safety is the key. We need you guys to come back Monday ready to go safe and sound and ready for another week of football. So.
Yeah, and outside of football, just to be safe in general,
yes,
right?
Right.
I mean, prom, when I helped Arnie coach baseball, prom was always the thing.
Baseball right in your season, right?
Yeah. It was. I was like, man, I didn't really think about it much. Even doing radio all those years, you don't think about that stuff as much until you're actually coaching.
And you're
when
in
one
it.
of those things come, and you're like, oh man, because you always joke about, oh, this could happen or this could happen, or you think the worst could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're actually like, you've got the first year I helped Arnie coach, it was 39 kids playing baseball.
Right.
You know, so there's half of those kids or a third of them going to go to prom.
Right.
And suddenly you're thinking, you know, I've got 20 kids or 15 kids, whatever, that I have to be concerned about.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So I can imagine what it's like for you guys for homecoming. Well, I appreciate you coming over and talking to us. It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you guys, and I appreciate you guys coming out here and covering. You know, this is awesome. Get to see you guys and getting these guys out. And I want to tell you thank you because the other night without you guys, I wouldn't have got to watch my daughter play. And it was nice hearing you guys doing some volleyball.
I was going to say that's why I was just getting ready to ask you if that was your daughter,
yeah,
the freshman,
yeah, sophomore.
I mean,
yeah.
Lewiston has got a pretty darn good fresh group.
Yeah,
girls.
they got a good group, and you know, I'm kind of wondering how they did today. They had a tournament in Farmington, so I'm kind of curious how things go. You know, they missed most of this game because they were over there playing. So
I was laughing. I heard him say, "Well, we can't announce because some of them aren't back from volleyball." Looked like some of the North Fulton kids weren't back, but there was one Lewiston girl playing in the band who still had her volleyball uniform on.
Was she playing the guitar?
No, it was number 8 with a horn.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Right.
I was the one calling the game, so I should have.
So she had her bass guitar. That would have been my daughter. So I don't know.
Your daughter impressed me.
Well, thank you.
She looked really good the other night.
Yeah.
And there's a couple freshmen that are really good on that team too.
Uh-huh.
So you guys should have some stuff to look forward to.
I'm excited about that program, and I hope it continues to grow.
Basketball too?
Yep, she plays basketball. So got some new things happening there with new coach. So we'll see
Carl
how things
Beebe, the new coach at Lewiston.
Yeah.
You got to be excited about that, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I've watched his program. It's been pretty good, so I'm kind of excited to see what happens.
He's a good coach. Been around a long time.
Yep.
So, all right, Coach, we'll let you out of here.
Well, thank
you.
you.
Great talking
Appreciate
to you.
it.
Great seeing you.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll get to see you some more.
We'll cross paths again, I'm sure.
Okay,
so,
sounds
thank
good. Coach Rodis talking to us for a few minutes. Chris, is there anything you want to add before we take off? You can't get the headset on. That's all Rodis' fault.
Just like old hat there. But no, just like you said, unfortunate the scoreboard for homecoming for LVC, but I think, as I said in the pregame, I think early in the contest, I think they've got things heading in the right direction over here. Like you said, it's just getting consistency. We saw that they get a good run and then a couple bad snaps or whatever that happened on offense and kind of go the wrong direction here. But I think Coach Rodis and the staff here's got things going. And as you said, kids play, they give 100% out there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and they hit hard. And, of course, Illini West, we haven't talked much about them because we didn't talk to Coach Calvin, but, they did what they had to do. I saw them after week 3, and I talked to some people. They're not a bad football team. They've got some weapons. They play pretty good defense. They just played 3 really tough teams to start the seaing. And I said then I would not be surprised to see this team make the playoffs. And
I wouldn't either.
I think they're on that route to do that.
I would not either.
5-4 or even 6-3 is not out of the realm of possibility for these guys.
No, and they've got they've got some, they got
West Hancock still in their schedule.
Knoxville, home, Bureau Valley, and then West Hancock and a neutral site game against Tuscola.
Yeah, Tuscola might be a tough one, but that's one that I'd kind of like to. You want to go do that with me on a Thursday night?
Is that a Thursday night game?
It's a Thursday night game in Springfield at Sacred Heart Griffin.
Really?
I think is where it's at.
It says it's the 24th. Well, we might have to look at that one.
I'm planning on going anyway.
We might look at that one.
Depending on what I8FA is doing, so we might have to split or something. But I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it might be.
All right, well, let's get out of here.
Yes,
thanks for joining us tonight. 50-16 the final. Illini West gets the win. We'll talk to you again Monday night. We got some volleyball somewhere. I don't even know where it's at anymore. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.